something I've had on my mind recently, and I thought I'd try and put it into words while I'm out here shooting this evening. This location, this lake, it's pretty much right in the middle of the suburbs, and it just goes to show you don't necessarily have to go too far to get away from it all sometimes. So it's pretty easy getting caught up in everything that everyone else is doing and everything you think you should be doing. I mean, the great thing about photography and social media is that there's so much great stuff out there. But the bad thing is there's so much great stuff out there. And I know that for me, it can kind of get you down sometimes when you're seeing this constant stream of incredible photos that are infinitely better than your own just sort of flying past your eyes. Kind of like that shot. It's become apparent that, especially since I've been making these videos, I've been putting this pressure on myself to try and create the kinds of photos that I assume people sort of would want or would expect to see. So I'd head out shooting and straight away I'd have this really fixed mindset on the kind of subject and framing and composition, the kind of focal length I want, what I wanted in terms of background and foreground interest. And you know, there's nothing wrong with this kind of deliberate shooting, but I would be so fixated on this one idea that, you know, if it didn't pan out, which let's be honest, often it doesn't, I'd just kind of get stuck and I'd find myself getting kind of down, really annoyed that I couldn't produce, I couldn't come away with exactly what I had in mind. So what I think I'm going to do more of is actively try to ignore what I think I should be doing and just do what I want to do. Forget about everyone else and just shoot for myself. It's kind of like that cliche, as cheesy as it is, dance like no one's watching, you know, shoot like no one's going to see it. If I want to go out and break every single photography rule there is, if I want to go out shooting in the worst possible lighting and conditions, if I want to take 100 photos of the most uninteresting subjects I can find, then so be it. That's what I'll do. Doesn't mean that I'll never go out and chase those kinds of shots that I've pre-visualized, but it just means that I'm going to try not to get so hung up on that kind of photography only. So I kind of figure that if I can make a bit of a habit of doing this, then best case scenario, these things will happen. Number one, I'll sure as hell realize pretty quickly what isn't going to work. And if I can be making those mistakes myself instead of just being told what not to do, then, you know, I think that lesson's going to sink in a lot deeper. Number two, I might just stumble across some different or new technique or idea or thought process that's going to let me get the kinds of photos that I wouldn't have been able to get otherwise. And number 3, forgetting about the end product, a photo, for a second. If it means that it's going to take some of that pressure off that I put on myself, then it's going to make this whole getting out there shooting thing that I do that much more enjoyable. Obviously, if you're shooting for a job or for work or for a client, then it's going to be different. But personally, I'm in the situation where photography is 100% a hobby. So, no one actually cares what I do or what I don't shoot, except for me. So there you go, that's kind of where my head is right now. If there's any legitimacy behind this thinking, and if I can actually apply some of these ideas, then hopefully I'll be able to pull myself out of that inevitable rut that I fall into from time to time. All right, that's me about done, I think. Thanks for watching. Thanks for making it this far. Yeah, look, let me know what you thought about all this in the comments below. If you've had any sort of similar epiphanies or anything like that, I'd be interested to know what you think. And if you like this video, have a look down the bottom somewhere. There'll be a little subscribe link. Feel free to subscribe. You won't regret it. Actually, I can't promise that you won't regret it. You might regret it. But, live dangerously. Give it a shot. All right, that's enough from me. See you next time.